everyone, and welcome back to Breaking the Silence HD Unfiltered. I'm your host, Amanda, and this week I will be doing this podcast again by myself. Ellen is still kind of busy with summer and everything that little children bring with that, and so she's been pretty busy. Yeah, but that's okay. I'm going to kind of pick off where we left off last time of me talking about my testing process. So the first episode that I released was about learning or deciding to be tested and ultimately learning that I tested positive for Huntington's disease. Then the second video I released about my testing journey was learning to cope after testing positive and kind of how I managed through that. And so now I'm going to pick off where I left off about looking to the future after testing positive for Huntington's disease and how I choose to live my life. And so I just wanted to tell you that this podcast is about honest conversation and breaking the stigma surrounding Huntington's disease. So we share personal stories, we share treatments that come out, but this is a must listen for anyone impacted by Huntington's disease. And we just hope that they might find community within our podcast. And so, thank you for continuing to watch and for continuing to support us. And yeah, we wouldn't be here without you. So, I'm going to start off by just saying that HD is something that gave my life a purpose in a way that my life didn't have before. And so, what I mean is, prior to testing positive, I had a purpose, but it was more so like my mom's caregiver. That's all I knew. All I knew was supporting my mom and giving her the best that I could. And so, testing positive for Huntington's disease gave me a drive that I didn't have before. And what I mean by that is, I began to put my all into Huntington's disease, the Huntington Society of Canada, fundraisers, getting involved, going to events, and I'll share more about what I mean by that. And so I am a part of the mentorship program with the Huntington Society of Canada. So I am a mentor through that mentorship program. So the mentorship program is just anyone under the age of 35, I believe, that is looking for somebody to talk to or just want somebody they can relate to that is kind of around their age or a young adult. Just someone they can talk to about Huntington's disease or anything that's going on in their life, and just for them to know that they're not alone. So they will pair you up with a mentor. That usually they try to pair you up with someone that's kind of around your geographical area. That way, you guys might be able to meet in person, even. But most of the dialogue happens just through text messages or voice calls or videos, whatever works for that individual. And so, yeah, I'm also a part of the youth um, chapter for the Huntington Society of Canada. So we have a chapter, it's called YPAD, Young People Affected by Huntington's Disease. So that is anybody under the age of 35 is welcome to attend these events that we have happening. So I am just an area or a regional representative for YPAD. So anybody that lives in my area that I cover, they can reach out to me or send us a message, and I'll get in contact with that person and kind of see what supports we can offer to them and get them connected to other stuff that's happening in the Huntington's community or the support groups or our social workers, whatever they might need. And so, also with the YPAD group, I attend lots of events for YPAD. Um, Whatever's happening, usually there's like a YPAD day that they have every year. So it's just a big gathering of young people affected by Huntington's disease in Canada, and we gather together on it one day a year, and we just have a big event and learn more, and just have community. And so I'm also a part of the Sarnia chapter. That's my local chapter in my area. So I try to attend events that happen and just be supportive of that chapter. That is also the chapter where my mentor that I was given when I signed up as a mentee for the mentorship program. That's um, she's the chapter representative. So I also try to attend other events that are happening within the Huntington Society of Canada, um, whether they're happening in the chapter that I'm a part of or happening in other locations. I try my best to attend some events that are happening, as long as they work around my schedule. And also, if you are in Chatham area or local to this area within an hour or two, there's an awesome event that happens every year. It's a trap shoot that they do for Huntington's disease. If you want any information about that date, send me a message and I'll get you the information. But also, I just wanted to say that I also just like to plan events in my area, even though like it's not a part of any chapter. It's just stuff that I like to do. So I've done like silent auctions, events, dinners. A lot of the time I'll do them in my mom's memory. Um, let's see, we also did like a dessert auction, a pie auction, we did paint nights. A lot of the time my sister and I will just decide on an event and we run with it. And so that's what I mean by Huntington's disease gave my life purpose, because this is how I like to spend my time and my energy. I like to put it all into the Huntington's community, and I hope that by doing these things one day, or maybe I have already, reached someone that's going through Huntington's disease with their dad or their mom or whoever in their family, or they do, and through this they know that they're not alone. And I just want to remind you guys that you can reach out to us at any time if there's ever anything you need. We will do our best to do those things, or if you just want to say hi and tell us how you're affected by Huntington's disease, we'd also love to hear from you. Yeah, we hope that we reach new people, but it's also great to have the people that come back every week and comment and say that they're watching. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I do with my life. Yeah, I am just living one day at a time and trying to keep myself as busy as possible. And so, yeah, if anyone wants to ever attend a YPAD event, if you're from Canada and you are a young person that would like to go to YPAD Day, that is happening this year. There is funding available for that. But also this year is the Huntington's um, National Huntington's Conference in Canada, or Canada, Canada. So that's happening. I know I've dropped this message before, but it's happening in November. It's over Halloween in Mississauga. But if you want any details, or you know somebody that might want to come, send them the information or send me their information and I can get them the information, whatever. We'd love to have new people for sure. And so I'm just going to leave off here with this and just remind you that we are always here for you, like I've already said. But yeah, thanks for watching and continuing to support us. And next week, I will talk more about the trials that I participate in now that I've tested positive for Huntington's disease, the clinical trials, and some of the things that I've done to plan for the future. And so, thank you for watching this, and I will see you back again next week. Bye.